Hi guys, how's it going? I'm going to try and make this video kind of a short video. I realize most of mine go a bit too long, so I'm going to try to kind of zip through this stuff pretty quick. Had some luck recently at the Goodwill here in town, and big store, Second and Charles here in town. It has a great free bin out front that every once in a while yields some treasures, and managed to find some cool stuff today. So here we go. This is going to be $11 worth of music here. And first of all, from the Goodwill the other day, they got some bunch of new CDs in, and I picked up a bunch of these BBC music CDs. These must have come with a magazine. I guess it's called like the BBC Music Magazine. But they're these nice little slim CDs, half the size of a normal CD. I guess these are called like J-card format. Not really slimline CDs, but more like a J-card, like your CD single. So I got a bunch of cool classical stuff, some Brahms, Mahler, Schubert, Mozart, Rachmaninoff, Beethoven, and another Mahler, and yeah. So I picked up 10 of these, or 10 for $3. So nice little stack of BBC classical music here. Really nice to pop in the car and listen in the car. They don't take up much space. And then from the vinyl at the Goodwill, they had a whole bin of, like, somebody must have donated their collection stuff from the late 70s and 80s, it looked like, and everything was in really nice shape. Things weren't too beat up, ring wear not too bad. And some pretty interesting stuff, ABBA, Elton John, Billy Joel, things like that. But when I got to the back of the bin, I found the real treasures, and I picked up 3 records. You can get 3 records for $1 at Goodwill. So these came out to $1 for these 3. And it's Stevie Wonder's Talking Book. This isn't the one with Braille on the cover. I guess there were some ones that came out with Braille. But still, this one's in really nice shape. All 3 of these records actually in really nice shape. I was really surprised to find these come through in that kind of condition. Yeah, really cool. I didn't have any Stevie Wonder in the collection, so that's a really nice addition. And then some Beatles, 2 LP set called Love Songs that I guess came out in '77 on Capitol. It's got a really nice kind of faux leather finish. I don't know if you can kind of see the texturing in there, but it's pretty cool. It's got a nice booklet with all the lyrics on this kind of faux parchment looking paper here. So that's pretty cool to find that intact. And then my other one of the 3 is the Beatles' Hey Jude, which I guess was also originally was called Beatles Again. And the first pressings, I guess, that came out, they had already done up the labels for the records as the Beatles Again. And so that's what this one is. And they decided to capitalize on the success of the single Hey Jude and retitled the record Hey Jude. So on the, I'm sure you can't see it, but on the actual jacket here on the spine it says Hey Jude. So yeah, I've never seen any Beatles come through a thrift store that isn't absolutely trashed, or Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin for that matter. So it was just really cool to find these. And then actually this one's from another thrift store. This one right down the street from the Goodwill is the Salvation Army. They totally messed up the store, organized it to death, and they've got maybe 20 records at a time in there and about 40 CDs. But I managed to find this one. Dean Martin, Dream with Dean. Nice mono pressing on this. It's I don't normally pick up Dean Martin, but it's got some jazz cats on it. Barney Kessel on guitar, Red Mitchell on bass, and Irv Kotler on drums, and Ken Lane on piano. Really nice mono pressing on reprise, in really nice shape. So yeah, add that to my crooners collection. And then today went to stopped at Second and Charles, kind of did the circuit of the thrift stores while I was out running some errands. Went to Second and Charles, and had a small stack of stuff in the free bin records, and there was some pretty cool stuff in there. And like, it just, I don't know why they put some of this stuff in the free bin. Some of the stuff is kind of beat up, and I guess, you know, it makes sense. It might be in the free bin. But some of the stuff's a little rare, and you'll see. So pick these up. Benny Goodman, Benny in Brussels, Volume 2 on Columbia. Nice. This one's a 6i stereo fidelity. A little dirty. Oh, that one's got the death warp to it. Never mind. That's gonna go in the trash bin. Unfortunately, I just grabbed these without looking at them too much, just because you know, they're free. The Benny Goodman Story on RCA. So this one's got recordings. Yeah, this one's in nice shape. This one's got recordings from the 1930s. I guess early to late 30s. George Shearing. Shearing on Stage, live jazz concert by the George Shearing Quintet. Yeah. This one on Capitol. It's a little beat up. Another George Shearing, Satin Brass, the George Shearing Quintet with brass choir. I've got quite a bit of George Shearing records. They're kind of like Dave Brubeck. At a certain point you wonder, like, how many more of these do I need? This one was pretty interesting. Bill Harris, great guitar sounds. I guess he was a guitarist of the band called the Clovers, which I think is like kind of an R&B band, but also plays jazz style. And just glance around the internet, sounds like this was recorded on a like a nylon string guitar or something, but played in very much like a jazz style. You see one of the tracks on there is Daoud. I guess like kind of a classic jazz track. Lullaby of Birdland. Concerto for Jazz, Jordu. So some nice jazz pieces on here. But a nice Mercury Wing stereo pressing. I'm looking forward to checking that out. From the Warwick label, kind of an odd label. Just picked up some Johnny and the Hurricanes records on the label. I've never seen the label before. This is Morty Craft and the Singing Strings, Hollywood Broadway Television. It's a percussion record with strings apparently. Still in the original shrink. Yeah, I'll check it out. Can't turn down a percussion record for free. Some more jazz. This one on roulette with a little bit of cockroach grime on it. Maynard Ferguson and his orchestra, CCMF. Of course, MF stands for Maynard Ferguson, I assume, not Mother You Know What. On roulette, yeah, I'm not a huge Maynard Ferguson fan. His playing in the super high register, like, kind of gets on my nerves, but yeah, I'll check it out. I've got a couple records of his. A nice, oh, this one's in beautiful shape, the vinyl. Wow, almost near mint. Definitely check that one out. Doc Severinsen, his trumpet and orchestra, Fever on the Command label. Of course, it's got the Command gatefold presentation here. But yeah, he's got some good musicians on here. Let's see. I know he's got Dick Hyman, Tony Mottola on guitar. Can't see who else real quick, but you know, nice Command production there. This one, the jacket, the sleeve is pretty beat up, but looks like a nice record by Cal Jader. Putting it together, recorded live at Howard Rumsey's Concerts by the Sea. I guess this is like somewhere out in California, Redondo Beach. I think this is from '74 on Fantasy. And I don't recognize any of the other names in the band, but it's got the old brown Fantasy label there. Records in pretty nice shape. I'll take that for free. And then 3 by Bud Shank, saxophone player Bud Shank. I've already got 2 copies of this, but I think I paid $1 for one and got the other from the free bin also. But this one's in really nice shape. Michelle by Bud Shank. Bud Shank with Chet Baker as well. So it's Bud Shank kind of playing, I guess, Beatles tunes. Kind of mainstream, but pretty nice. On World Pacific. And Girl in Love by Bud Shank, still in the original shrink wrap. Orchestra arranged and conducted by Oliver Nelson. So I think this is another one from a little bit later after Michelle, kind of playing more mainstream pop tunes on this, as arranged by Oliver Nelson. Should be interesting. Bud Shank, I Hear Music on Sunset, Visual Sound Stereo. I think this is a compilation. At least that's what I got from glancing at the notes on the back. And this is kind of cool. I've already got at least 1 copy, sort of the same recordings. This is Way Out Wardell by Wardell Gray with Errol Garner. I'm not sure if it's Errol Garner playing with Wardell Gray or if it's 2 separate performances. It's on Crown. This is an early Crown, I think, based on that logo. Yeah, I bought it more for the cover than necessarily the vinyl, where the vinyl is playable. But let's see, featuring Barney Kessel, Vic Dickinson, Howard McGee. Yeah, some more people. Red Callender, Irving Ashby. Yeah, this is stuff from a concert in downtown Los Angeles in 1948. And this has been, these recordings of Wardell Gray have been reissued several times by Crown. You can see this variation of the Crown label here. So yeah, great sax player, died kind of tragically. They found his body out in the desert. I think that was the story. This one was really cool. You know, there are two in here that really shocked me that they threw them in the free bin. This is one of them. Shorty Rogers meets Tarzan on the MGM label. Nice stereo pressing on this. Jazz player and arranger, composer, conductor, Shorty Rogers. This is the music from the MGM picture Tarzan the Ape Man. And players on here include Don Figurequist on trumpet. There's a bunch, but Frank Rossellino, Bon Enevoldson on trombone, Bud Shank, Bill Perkins, Bob Cooper on sax, Frank Capp on drums, Joe Mondragon on bass. This one's it's got a couple nasty looking scratches, one on each side, so we'll see how it plays, but I definitely get excited by Shorty Rogers stuff. And this one really excited me. This is Johnny Smith and Stan Getz, Moonlight in Vermont on Roost. And it's really not that beat up. I don't know why the hell you'd put this in the free bin. I'd easily pay $5 to $10 without hesitating for it in the store. Yeah, I've been looking for this for a while, looking for any Johnny Smith, a great guitar player, but on this one with Stan Getz on a Royal Roost. And the vinyl, in pretty good shape. Somewhere around good to plus to very good. And I'm not real picky, so that was a heck of a find for me. Some classical stuff, Ralph Vaughan Williams pastoral music on Angel. Got several of his already. 3 by the, I think it's the Fania All-Stars, or Fania. Let's see, we got Spanish Fever. And guest musicians on here include Maynard Ferguson, Hubert Laws, Eric Gale, David Sanborn. I just kind of picked these up for fun. Another one, Rhythm Machine by the Fania All-Stars. This one's got Bob James on keyboards, Eric Gale on guitar. Finding All-Stars featuring Jan Hammer. Definitely going for the Miami Vice look on this cover. And finally, Walter Wanderley, Brazil's #1 organist, Rainforest on Verve. And everything you always wanted to hear on the Moog, but were afraid to ask for. Columbia. I might already have a copy of this, but I'm going to leave it behind for free. And then finally inside, decided since they gave me so much cool free stuff, I'd go inside and maybe buy some CDs. Found some cheap CDs. First of all, a Living Stereo on CD for $1. Copeland's Billy the Kid Rodeo Groff Grand Canyon Suite. So if I find these for $1, I always pick them up. And this one's cool for $2. Sinatra at the Sands, Frank Sinatra with Count Basie and the orchestra, and arranged and conducted by Quincy Jones for $2. Couldn't pass it up, and they did a nice job kind of reproducing the reprise label on the CD. I thought that was cool. It's got a nice thick booklet. And finally, the last thing is Roger Waters' The Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking for $3. Nice early CD issue of this. So that's it. $11 worth of music. Yeah, if you hit the stores at the right time and you get lucky, you can find some cool stuff for next to nothing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.